What if the daily vitamin you trust to protect your brain is quietly setting you up for a stroke in your sleep? No warning, no pain. Just one night you're fine, and the next, everything changes. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a truth too many seniors learn too late. But there's a way to protect yourself, starting now. What if I told you that the very thing you take every morning to protect your health could be silently putting your brain at risk while you sleep? No warning, no pain, just a quiet night, followed by a morning where your arm won't move, your words come out garbled, or your balance vanishes. You didn't fall, you didn't feel sick, yet everything has changed. In my years as a brain doctor, I've seen this play out far too often. And not because of smoking, poor diet, or a sedentary lifestyle, but because of something much more deceptive: vitamins. Yes, vitamins. Thanks for joining us here on Voice of Age, a warm space for real talk about life, health, and heart in our later years. Every day, millions of adults over 60 reach for supplements with the best intentions. They want stronger bones, sharper memory, more energy, better sleep. The labels promise health, the habits feel safe. But what if I told you that, especially for older adults, some of the most common vitamins can quietly do more harm than good? Not because vitamins are bad in themselves, but because your body at 60, 70, or 80 processes them differently. Slower kidneys, less efficient liver function, stiffer arteries, all change the way your body reacts to high doses of nutrients it once tolerated with ease. And here's the part that's almost never talked about. There are 5 vitamins that, if taken at the wrong dose or at the wrong time, can increase your risk of stroke, brain bleeds, nerve damage, and dangerously high blood pressure. These aren't exotic or obscure. They're sitting in kitchen cabinets across America right now. Vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin B6, vitamin A, and niacin, also known as B3. Before you scroll past or assume this doesn't apply to you, let me ask, have you ever checked the dosage on your vitamin D bottle? Do you know how much niacin your heart support supplement contains? Have you ever combined vitamin E with a blood thinner, thinking it was harmless? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you the facts, the stories, and the tools so you can make informed choices. Because once you understand how your aging body responds to these substances, you'll never look at just a vitamin the same way again. In this video, we're going to walk through these 5 vitamins, one by one. I'll show you how they work in your body, how they can turn dangerous without you realizing it, and most importantly, how to protect yourself with safer, simpler alternatives. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness, because awareness is what saves lives. You don't have to throw out every bottle in your drawer, but you do need to know what's in them, how they affect your specific health condition, and what time of day you take them. If you or someone you love takes supplements regularly, especially after 60, this information could change everything. It might even save a life. So stay with me through to the end, because the real danger isn't what we know, it's what we assume we know. And if you value honest, science-backed health insights that put older adults first, please hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to support this channel and help us keep making life-changing videos for people like you. Let's get into it. It's often praised as the sunshine vitamin, a symbol of strength, vitality, and protection. Vitamin D is recommended for stronger bones, better immunity, improved mood. And while all of that can be true in moderation, here's what almost no one tells older adults. When taken in high doses, especially at the wrong time of day, vitamin D can quietly lay the groundwork for a stroke while you sleep. Most seniors believe they're doing the right thing by supplementing with vitamin D, especially if they've been told their bones are thinning or their immune system is weakening. But what's missing from the conversation is how aging dramatically changes the way vitamin D behaves inside the body. After 60, the body processes calcium differently. Arteries naturally begin to stiffen. Sleep is lighter, hydration drops at night, and blood pressure regulation becomes more fragile. Now add high doses of vitamin D, 5,000 to 10,000 IU daily, and what you get is a perfect storm. Excess calcium flooding the bloodstream, stiffening the arteries even further, and raising blood pressure unpredictably. That's exactly what happened to one of my patients, Mr. Walter, a 74-year-old Navy veteran. Disciplined and health conscious, He took 10,000 IU of vitamin D every morning, believing it was strengthening his body. But his body didn't need that much. Without regular blood tests, no one noticed that his calcium levels were rising beyond the safe range. Until one morning, his wife found him confused and unable to speak clearly. His right arm hung limp. Overnight, a stroke had robbed him of the ease he'd taken for granted. There were no symptoms the day before, no warning. Just one quiet shift in the night. When we checked his labs, his calcium was dangerously high, his arteries were hardened, his blood pressure was erratic. And the culprit? Vitamin D toxicity. A supplement he thought was helping him had become the silent trigger for a vascular event. What makes this so dangerous is that there's no immediate sign when vitamin D levels climb too high. You don't feel it, you don't see it. But inside your body, pressure builds, especially when it's taken late in the day, something many seniors do without realizing the risks. At night, your body's filtration systems slow down. Excess calcium has nowhere to go. And your brain, already vulnerable during sleep, can't afford that kind of stress. So what should you do? First, never assume more is better. For most adults, even 2,000 IU per day is sufficient, and often more than enough. Second, take your supplement in the morning, not at night. And third, get your vitamin D and calcium levels checked regularly if you're supplementing, especially if you're also on heart medications or have kidney issues. Vitamin D isn't the enemy, but the way we use it can be. Respecting your body's changing needs is the most powerful form of self-care you can offer yourself as you age. Don't let something meant to protect you quietly turn against you while you sleep. It's one of the most heartbreaking patterns I see in my practice. Older adults doing everything they believe is right, adding vitamins for memory, circulation, energy, only to suffer damage they never saw coming. Two of the most common culprits? Vitamin E and vitamin B6. Marketed as safe, natural, and even essential for aging bodies, these vitamins, when misused, can turn into silent threats to the brain and nervous system. Vitamin E, often nicknamed the heart helper, has earned a loyal following among seniors. Many take it hoping to support cardiovascular health, boost memory, or keep skin youthful. But what's rarely disclosed is that high doses of vitamin E act as a natural blood thinner. For someone already on anticoagulants, like aspirin, Plavix, or warfarin, this combination can tip the balance dangerously toward internal bleeding. I'll never forget Mrs. Evelyn Brooks, an 81-year-old retired librarian. She was sharp, independent, and dedicated to keeping her heart strong after being diagnosed with a minor valve issue. She was prescribed warfarin, and her levels were closely monitored. Everything seemed stable. Then one day, she added an over-the-counter natural vitamin E, 800 IU per capsule, thinking it might help her circulation. Within weeks, she collapsed at home with a blinding headache and confusion. A scan revealed a brain hemorrhage. There was no trauma, no blood pressure spike. The cause? Her blood was too thin to clot. The combination of warfarin and high-dose vitamin E had silently opened the door to a brain bleed. What makes this more alarming is how easily it can happen. The recommended daily amount of vitamin E for older adults is just 15 milligrams, about 22 IU. Yet most supplements on the shelf contain 200, 400, even 1,000 IU. No warnings, no alerts, just blind trust. Vitamin B6 presents a different kind of risk, equally quiet but devastating in a different way. It's often found in brain boosters and nerve support formulas. Advertised as improving focus and reducing fatigue, B6 is indeed essential, but only in small amounts. When taken in high doses over time, it begins to damage the protective sheath around your nerves, leading to tingling, numbness, weakness, and in severe cases, irreversible nerve damage. That's what happened to Mr. Harold Jenkins, a 76-year-old retired truck driver. He came to my clinic with numb feet, shaky hands, and difficulty walking. He'd been taking a supplement labeled NeuroBoost for over a year, each pill containing 100 milligrams of vitamin B6. He took 2 daily. That's 200 milligrams a day, over 20 times the safe upper limit for his age. The damage to his nervous system had crept in slowly, silently. He thought he was just aging. In reality, his supplements were poisoning his nerves. If you're over 60 and taking either of these vitamins, check your labels. Be honest with your doctor. And understand this: vitamins aren't automatically safe just because they're natural. In the right dose, they support life. In the wrong dose, they quietly unravel it. There's a dangerous myth that's quietly taken hold over the years that because a vitamin is essential, it must be harmless. And nowhere is that more misleading than with vitamin A and niacin, also known as vitamin B3. These nutrients, praised for their roles in eye health, skin vitality, and cholesterol support, are often misunderstood and misused, especially by older adults. What few realize is that, in high doses and over time, both can become slow-burning threats to the brain. Vitamin A is one of the most common culprits in this misunderstanding. Its benefits for vision, immune support, and skin are widely promoted. But what's less known is that vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means it builds up in your body. It doesn't flush out like vitamin C or B-complex vitamins. It accumulates day after day, pill after pill, especially in the liver, brain, and tissues. And in older adults, where liver function naturally slows down, that buildup can quietly become toxic. Miss Dorothy Simmons, a 79-year-old retired piano teacher, had always been diligent about her health. She took a supplement every day for her skin and eyesight, 10,000 IU of vitamin A, which she believed was gentle and helpful. But after several years, she began experiencing headaches, dizziness, and blurred vision. Her family feared a stroke. But when we ran tests, there was no clot, no bleeding. Instead, her brain was under pressure. Literally. The diagnosis: intracranial hypertension, excess pressure inside her skull caused by long-term vitamin A toxicity. Her case is far from unique. What most people don't realize is that even small overdoses of vitamin A over long periods can result in a condition called pseudotumor cerebri, a false brain tumor that mimics stroke symptoms and can lead to permanent vision loss or cognitive decline. Seniors often double up without knowing it. A multivitamin, an eye health pill, a skin supplement, all containing vitamin A. The safe upper limit? Around 2,500 to 3,000 IU per day. Many supplements contain 2 or 3 times that in a single capsule. Niacin, or vitamin B3, tells a similarly sobering story. Promoted for its cholesterol-lowering properties, it's found in many heart support supplements and even in fortified breakfast foods. But in high doses, 500 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams, sometimes more, niacin triggers a biological roller coaster that's especially dangerous for aging bodies. It causes sudden dilation of blood vessels, leading to facial flushing, heart pounding, dizziness, then rapid constriction. This back and forth places tremendous stress on the cardiovascular system and can elevate blood pressure, disrupt heart rhythms, and reduce blood flow to the brain. Mr. Frank Miller, 82, had been taking a popular cholesterol support formula he bought online, 1,000 milligrams of niacin per dose, twice a day. His family thought his morning dizziness and hot flashes were due to anxiety or medication side effects. But after a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke, it became clear the supplement was silently putting his brain at risk. Both vitamin A and niacin serve important roles in the body. But in the wrong dose, especially as we age, they stop being protective and start becoming harmful. The safest step you can take is to stop assuming more is better and start understanding what your body truly needs now, not what it needed decades ago. For many older adults, the medicine cabinet has quietly become a battlefield. Row after row of brightly labeled bottles. Vitamin D for bones, E for the heart, B-complex for energy, niacin for cholesterol, A for vision. Each pill added with hope, each one swallowed with trust. But what happens when that trust begins to fracture? What happens when the very things meant to protect us begin to feel uncertain? The answer for some begins not with another prescription or supplement, but with a return to something far more ancient, far more human: real food. I met Mrs. Margaret Wilson, 73, at a moment of quiet frustration. She had done everything she was told, stacked her shelves with supplements, followed regimens from books and blogs, bought premium pills from specialty stores. And yet, she was still waking up dizzy. Her blood pressure fluctuated wildly. She felt foggy, unsteady, and fatigued. Her labs were a confusing tangle of highs and lows. Her doctors couldn't pinpoint the cause. Nothing made sense until we looked beyond the pills and back at the plate. Instead of layering more synthetic solutions, we took a radical step. We cleared the clutter. We paused the supplements. And together, we began again with food. Not a trendy diet, not a restrictive plan, just real, whole food, chosen for its natural ability to nourish the aging brain and body. Her breakfast transformed: one boiled egg for clean, bioavailable protein, half an avocado for brain-boosting fats, a slice of whole grain toast to provide steady, balanced energy, a handful of blueberries for antioxidants that protect neurons from oxidative stress, a glass of room temperature water to rehydrate a brain that had gone hours without moisture. Sometimes she added walnuts or almonds for their rich magnesium and vitamin E content in their natural, safe form. Within weeks, the changes were unmistakable. Her blood pressure stabilized, the dizziness faded, her thoughts became clearer, her steps more sure. What she felt was not just a physical shift, but an emotional one, a sense of reconnection with her body, a sense of peace. For the first time in years, she told me, I feel like my body is working with me again, not against me. This isn't about demonizing supplements. Some are helpful, even necessary, especially in cases of true deficiency. But food offers something supplements never can: synergy. Nutrients in real food exist in complex combinations, balanced in ways the body recognizes, absorbs, and regulates naturally. They come with fiber, enzymes, hydration, and biofeedback. They do not overwhelm, they support. The most powerful medicine for the aging brain is not in a bottle, it's in your kitchen. Leafy greens like spinach and kale support memory and cognition. Fatty fish like salmon reduce inflammation in neural tissue. Berries, seeds, nuts, and whole grains build a foundation of stability, not just for the brain, but for the heart, the mood, and mobility. In the end, what saves us is not more, it's better. Not complexity, but clarity. Not blind routine, but conscious nourishment. At this stage of life, that shift from pill to plate is not just healing, it's transformational. In the rush to stay healthy as we age, it's easy to reach for solutions that come neatly packaged in bottles. Vitamins promise strength, clarity, energy, and protection. And for years, we've been told they're a safe shortcut to better health. But as we've just seen, the truth is more complex, especially for older adults. Our bodies are no longer built for excess, they're built for balance. What once worked in our 30s may quietly become a threat in our 70s. The most painful part? Many people don't realize the damage until it's too late, until a stroke steals their speech or nerve pain robs them of steady movement. But knowledge changes everything. When we understand how aging changes the way our bodies absorb, store, and react to nutrients, we gain the power to protect ourselves, not with fear, but with intention. Supplements can still have their place, but only when guided by awareness, by testing, by thoughtful conversation with trusted professionals. And when possible, we return to the foods our bodies recognize, foods that not only nourish but heal in gentle, natural ways. The lesson here is simple. More isn't better. Smarter is better. The quiet shift from oversupplementation to mindful nutrition could be the one choice that keeps you independent, clear-minded, and steady for years to come. What about you? Have you ever questioned the supplements you're taking, or thought about switching to more natural, food-based options? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts and learn from your journey. And if you found this helpful, please support our channel by subscribing. It helps us keep creating honest, empowering health content designed just for you. Let's stay informed, strong, and connected together.